All right, guys, Mike and Jesse back. First show of 2022 for Collectible. Nothing has changed. We're in a new room, but it's still not our real office.
What?
Although I have to close in the new office today. We just got a call. We blew off to closing to do this, so
Which makes it obviously very much more important for us, right?
not nearly as important. I just totally forgot about the office closing. So this is the new temp studio, though.
I'm excited for this video because we have things to update people on if they
Two
haven't watched
updates.
the previous ones. And there could be some potential really good buys just based on what we went over. So,
I've got two that I like, one that I hate, and then an update from me, and you have your update.
well, before we go ahead and do it, I'm going to throw out that warning
Oh,
again.
God. I do hate that.
You
It's not
gotta
your
do
fault.
it.
I don't think you have to. That's the issue.
Guys, we are here for entertainment purposes only. We are not here for your financial advice. Please consider that before making any moves based on anything that we said.
If you don't listen to what we're going to say, you're never going to make any money. Is that what you said? What did you say, though?
With that being said, we're jumping right into the Collectible app, and we're going to do a little follow-up
You wanna do
on
yours
previous
first?
investment. Let's do the previous investment first.
Go ahead.
So, guys, back before Mike and I started even working together with Collectible, I made some investments on here. One of them being with Tom Brady. I went through, and he had a lot of two playoff contenders from 2000. Yeah,
There you go.
playoff contenders cards, BGS 9s.
10 autos.
Yes, 10 autos, and I bought those. It was somewhere around like $11.25, I believe, per share. I bought 8 shares, and it came out to be 90 something bucks. I didn't throw a lot of money in there. We went to go check it out today, and current value per share is $9.95, but it's 18,000 shares. What that means is for those two cards, the current market cap is $179,100. This seems like the buy if you were looking at Tom Brady, because you looked this up prior to.
Yeah, so the card letter, I mean, if anybody follows the Brady market, this has been a six-figure card for months. One closed on the 9th for $109,000. We've got one that closed a couple days before that and for like 103. Yeah, we had 103 back in November, 111 back in October, 100 back in September. I don't understand. We're in the midst of a playoff run. Whether he loses tomorrow or not, or Sunday or not, Tom Brady under market value anywhere is a tough thing to find. So yeah, not bad.
Well, that's why I mean, like, even
It's
if you
weird.
go under comparables on the app, it shows you that
Yeah, it has all
on
of them.
January 9th, 109,000 this card was sold for. So it's just kind of crazy. I think, honestly, it comes down to maybe people just don't know that this is an option to go and invest in. Because it doesn't really make sense other than that, because you can go out and buy these cards for obviously the value being much higher.
I mean, what's it at 170? So if you submit an offer right now,
Yeah.
can you submit an offer to buy them out?
Oh, to buy it out?
Yeah,
I
offer
can
from
do
185.
just 185,000 for the entire lot. I
Yeah.
don't know if I can do that through the app. I might have to reach
Who do we
out
have to talk to
directly
about this?
for that. But that is what's interesting. You'll probably see on the screen right now. I can place a bid because we are during market hours. Basically, this
First
follows
time,
the
by the way.
stock market.
First
So-
time we've actually done it during
Exactly.
market
We
hours.
usually do it later at night, but today we are free as birds, and we decided let's knock it out.
It is weird to me, though, that that's trading below. I'm surprised they have not gotten like an offer on those. I would think if he wins tomorrow or makes a deeper playoff push, I think that's going to be a buyout.
So,
Speaking of buyouts, can I talk about, so the update on our Steph Curry.
oh yeah,
This was one we were both super high on, I think 2 months ago, the 9-5-10 National Treasures. Same thing, it was on the market at the time. We said, dude, this is a great buy. So this thing got a buyout offer. In December, it sold for $780, which was a 57% increase.
what?
Not bad.
That's absolutely
It makes
insane.
sense.
Man.
Curry stuff is criminally undervalued anyway, or at least it was. So it does make sense to me at the Curry card.
Okay. Wow.
That's why, though, I think on collectible, the ones I am into, Grail type stuff like that, because
Yeah.
I think there's a decent chance you're getting a buyout, and I don't want to own fractional stuff for months and months and years. Like I want to get in and out, make my money. Curry's
I'm not opposed to owning it for a long time because I kind of view this segment of the hobby as more of like a stock, and that I typically would own longer. But I think you're right.
That's
just
actually
because-
not true. You love flipping your stocks, and you've done pretty well lately for the first time in your life. Not thrilled about that. You've had a real arrogance about.
When we're on our YouTube or podcast, you have to say that because when the audience hears it, they'll.
There's a real
appreciate it.
smugness, though. You agree about that?
Oh, absolutely. I'm smudge.
And there's a smudginess. All right, I've got two good buys.
All right.
We're keeping this short. You can tell by the pace of our talking. Yeah, so 2 good buys. Both
I've
of
got
these.
one good buy.
Oh, do your buy then. Go ahead.
Oh, no. Well, okay. I'll go ahead.
Let's
I'll
sandwich
knock
your
mine
buy.
out. Yes. I want to sandwich the buy.
I'll be the bread, you be the meat. Perfect.
What do you
How
want
many
to
other people in Collectible are talking about bread and meat sandwiches?
I'll tell you.
Okay.
No, good.
So on the homepage, trending under top decliners, 2 of them that stand out to me: the Willie Mays PSA 7 Bowman Chrome. Bowman Chrome from
Bowman
1951
Chrome.
would be impressive.
Could be wrong.
So this is 1951 Bowman. I think most people in the market, myself included, would agree this is the best card of his, as opposed to the Mantle, where the 52 gets way more play over the 51 Bowman. The 51 Bowman Mays is an awesome looking card. So just aesthetically, it looks nicer.
Yeah.
His 52 is kind of an ugly card. Like, not many people like it. This is a PSA 7. It's down 19.6% since July 18th. Excuse me, since July 18th, it's down 36%.
Yeah. Okay.
I own a PSA 6 of this card. I paid $40. It's super well centered. Centering, obviously, with vintage is a huge difference in price. A PSA 7 is not, not all PSA 7s or any PSA graded cards are equal, especially with vintage. I don't mind this card.
You think this is a decent buy then?
It's priced at the top of the market right now.
Well, because that's what I was going to say. I was looking at comparables, but the only thing is the PSA 7, according to Card Ladder, we haven't had another sale on that anytime recently.
Right.
So,
and his market is up across the board. There haven't been a ton of recent sales. You had some in the 50s. His market's up since then, and I would say this is a better graded copy because it's more centered than some of the other ones we've seen sell.
okay.
And I do like that card because, again, I'm a bad person. I think there's upside with a player's death. So that's why I bought his. I've got a 51 and a 52 of his.
You're pulling the move that I said when I bought the Shaq lot.
That's right. All right, so here's your meat portion.
Okay, well,
That was bread.
That actually flows right into my meat portion because flowing meat sandwiches. We talked about this on our podcast just recently about how it's.
Are we getting hired back for next month, you think?
Why wouldn't they? Meat sandwiches, you don't get that anywhere.
Sure.
Basically, it looks like, according to the data, that the vintage market may be coming back at least somewhat.
Basketball,
And that's why-
football for sure.
Yes, and that's why I think, like, when you talk about the Willie Mays, seeing, even though it is priced a little high, it could still have nice upside. That goes into what I was looking at on the show was the Emmitt Smith card market. And Emmitt Smith on here under the top gainers section, which really makes sense. This is not a card, but it's his 10,000 yard rushing full uniform. This is up 9% just recently, and it's down
50.
since its initial
You see
IPO.
that?
Yeah, it's down almost 50%. So I think this is honestly
You are a Cowboys fan, too.
all right. There is a little bit of nostalgia into this play. However, that being said, I think $5 a share, which is, again, 50% of its IPO, and now that we're starting to see the vintage market come back somewhat, I think this is not a bad investment.
I'm good with that. I hate the Cowboys, and I hated him growing up because I was a Bills fan, so I hope that somehow catches fire. But if it doesn't burn, then I hope you buy into it and make money. That's a
really
good
nice
buy.
of you to say that.
I'm going to throw one more good buy, and then I've got one I would stay away from.
Okay.
So, again, under top decliners, I just think this is funny. The LeBron, Wade, Melo 03 Flair Crystal Trio.
Oh, okay.
I own just a base version of this card, which is worth a few $1,000. Super iconic card, right? The Bird, Magic, and Dr. J card is awesome. 3 all-time greats on the same card.
Mm-hmm.
This is the same type of thing. I mean, obviously 3 surefire Hall of Famers. What's crazy is, so this launched in June of 2021. So what, 7 months ago?
Yep.
It's down 60%, as it should be, right? Like, that's what the market reflects right now.
Yep.
But then when you go to comparables, we've seen this card recently sell for $150,000. Comparables. Super low pop. I think Wade is as criminally underpriced as any all-time great. I mean, most people would argue he's the 3rd greatest at his position, top 20 player of all time. I like how you say that like you have any idea.
No. I'm agreeing with you that I think this is a good
Underpriced?
investment. Yeah, because
Here's the other thing, too. So here's what I like. I think Wade is underpriced in general. LeBron and Melo, you're going to have a postseason run with both of them. Contrary to popular belief, and I hate the Lakers, I actually think they're going to go on a run. The LeBron market is way down. And then again, if you're going from Jesse's point of view, so the long-term point of view, hey, this is my 401k type thing, cool, 3 surefire Hall of Famers, and you're going to get the bump from LeBron and Melo when they retire. And if you're going to go from my point of view, somebody in the playoffs, if it looks like they have a shot at a championship, the Melo market would be huge for that because he's never been. And LeBron getting another ring, or at least flirting with another ring, would be massive. I just think the fact that it's down this far, and so the market cap right now, 145 basically, I do kind of like it. So, anyways,
Well,
there's that
I think
card.
it goes back to what we talked about with the Tom Brady. You look at the most recent sales. You pointed out it was close to 151,000 over at Golden in January of this year, so days ago, and yet this one is being valued at in the 140s. Yeah, 144.
Yep.
If nothing else, it doesn't seem like it's a buy that you're going to see go down.
No, I think it has short-term implications, and I think it's a long-term good play. So either way. One last thing, and then we're done. We're keeping these videos quick. Is that cool with you? I don't know.
No, well, I mean, the YouTube algorithm says that it's more digestible to the viewer. So
Meat Flow over there is talking about digestion.
I
So
am
under the
hungry.
IPOs, this is a live IPO. Luka Doncic, this is 2018 flawless vertical gold patch to 10.
Oh, okay.
Trying to think when they actually launched this. This is the one detail I did not look at because I'm a donkey. So the market cap right now is just over 200,000. There's still 25% remaining. Here's what starts to get interesting with Luka stuff. Obviously, the modern market with Prism and low end stuff is way down. The modern market, even with some higher end stuff, is down as well. And I don't know. I'm sure there's plenty of guys in the hobby who watch this. I'm starting to get the vibe, at least in some circles, like, yeah, Luka's great. But Luka's a kid who's never proven anything, and we are pricing him out like an all-time great, which maybe he becomes. But I do think there's some hesitancy with the Luka market. And I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't mess with this card at $205,000. There's decent comparables for it, like in that range. But I'm sorry, I wouldn't. I just think there's too much risk with this kid. We haven't seen enough. So I'm down in the Luka market.
Luka
Matter of
is
fact,
a little
so
scary. It's a scary noise.
it doesn't work great when you don't time it right. Like when it's there you go. Okay. And I think that's reflected too. We've talked about this before. The National Treasures basketball lot, the sealed cases. Again, you're focusing on Luka and Trey, Zion, and then 17. So Tatum, Zion and Ja, and then 17 with Tatum and Mitchell. I think guys, same thing for 135,000 for the market cap. That's why it hasn't filled. I think people are a little bit hesitant now with monster money on some of these somewhat unproven new guys.
Well, going back to the stats too, the reason that we even talked about vintage on the last show and why we saw that it was up was because we initially were looking at modern basketball to see who's doing well. And we looked at the top 10 players, the guys who have been doing very well. They are either even or down.
Yeah, Joker killing it right now, playing like his PER is insane. A monster triple-double the other day. Now, he got a good bump, actually. I was talking to Russ on the way in, my brother. But yeah, in general, he's down.
But that's what I mean,
I
though.
think
Like,
this is what the market's showing.
if you are considering Luka in that same market, which he wasn't in the top 10, but he's very close to,
Yep.
maybe this isn't the right investment, or at least not the right time.
Go with some of the all-time greats.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sandwiches.
And please continue to reach out. We're going to do this once a month, so we'll see you guys next month.
Cool. And we are going to the Mint Collective. Some skepticism behind that. We will be there at the end of March.
I think the
It got
skepticism,
got
was from you.
No, because it got rescheduled. We'll be there at the end of March in
Yes.
Las Vegas.
See y'all then.
Goodbye.